1,000-counted island is by far the largest and most varied archipelago on Earth. It spans almost 2 million square kilometers between Asia and Australia. Even though these people are from Indonesia, when they want to say hello, they speak different languages.
Assalamualaikum, Ayub Pira from Aceh.
I am CY from Papua.
I'm happy from Bali.
Horas Hajwa Yahoo, greeting from North Sumatra.
Selamat pagi, my name is Aditya from Palangkaraya.
Sugeng siang, I'm Vino from Central Java.
Indonesia, it's a rich country with diversity. As the fourth largest, biggest population in the world, we have 6 different religions, 700 different languages, from 300 different ethnics. We live separately from Sabang to Merauke. We never very hard for art to interact each other, understand each other. Hence, as a youth, what can we do to improve the value of tolerance in Indonesia?
This diversity sometimes creates conflicts in different parts of the country. This was mostly because some of the ethnic groups misunderstood about the other cultures. As you can see in our maps, we separate. We are from different islands, different cultures, but it is hard for us to interact with each other, to travel, for example, from Papua to Jakarta, to meet other people, to meet our family from different background, different religion, different cultures. And stereotyping can be denied because of lack of interaction itself. Thus, what can we do as youth, as Indonesian youth, to address the challenges? In fact, we have several youth organizations has been working to promote this tolerance and uniting diversity issue. One of the movement that I've been joining for 3 years now is Sabang Merauke. It stands for 1000 anak bangsa merantau untuk kembali, or 1,000 of students travel to be back to build their hometown. It is basically a student exchange program where we select the best student from different part of Indonesia to come to Jakarta to interact with each other and being hosted by different background families. For example, like a Muslim girl from Aceh is being hosted by the Christian family in Jakarta. For more than 3 weeks, they live in the same house. They try to exchange their culture, try to respect each other, and try to implement the tolerance itself. The principles of our movement is that direct interaction is actually needed in order to exchange the diversity itself. We focus on 3 values. The first one is tolerance, the second one is education, and the third one is nationalism, as Indonesia. The first one, tolerance is really important. I myself used to be a teacher for 1 year, voluntarily in a remote area where there's no electricity. So they have no exposure to the outside of the world beside their community, which is the homogeneous community. Most of them are Muslim. Once one student asked me when I taught them about tolerance and Indonesia uniting diversity, they asked me, "Sir, is it okay for me to shaking hands with a Christian friend?" Yes, of course. Why? Because my parents said it is not okay to making friends with other religion, for example, like that. Those stereotyping is not only happening in one place in Indonesia, but do we only listen to them what can we do to really improve this kind of stereotyping and to make a difference? So we create this movement. Tolerance is important. Tolerance should not just be taught in a class, but we need to experience this. We are in SSEAYP. Basically, it's the same with what we've been working on. We try to gain the better understanding of each other here. We try to exchange culture here. And then, education. We believe the education of these kids will generate more and more understanding, and they can create like the better future generations of our nations who can make an impact, make a difference. And the third one, when we have a good educated people in Indonesia that know what is Indonesia be like, that we are consist of a lot of differences, but we have one motto, Bhinneka Tunggal Ika, uniting diversity. It will be the strongest potential that they will implement in the future. Why is it important? From the data, now youth has the biggest portion of our population, and the best investment is education, to educate young people nowadays to be the greater leader in the future. So this is the dispersions of our alumni, of the participants from whole part of Indonesia. Even one participants from Sabah, Malaysia. He'll never have a friends from Indonesia, and he joined this program. He told me that he never experienced those exposure. He never know like what kind of Indonesia is like, what cultures we have, and something like that. So after the program, he really realized that Indonesia is big, Indonesia is huge, and it's really improved his nationalism. And he said, one day I will go back to my country and build my country. This is the main actors of Sabang Merauke, children of Sabang Merauke, family of Sabang Merauke who hosted them, and then brother and sister of Sabang Merauke who will be the mentor from the university students. This is the activities in Jakarta. They meet inspiring leaders, they meet the religion leaders, they meet several university institutions to have the better understanding about the importance of education. Well, I've been joining this from 2013, and more than 400 volunteers actively joined this movement. And then the impacts from the alumni, we have a lot of example. Ayul from South Halmahera, North Maluku, built the first ever library in his school by utilizing the Sabang Merauke network. They asked from books, and we are gathering the books from all the volunteers in Jakarta and sent to his school. And then firstly from Rotendao, became ambassador of tolerance and peace in her region, and he spoke to so many students in different schools, try to promote the better understanding about each other cultures. And the impact is not only for the students, but also the host family created a good initiative. They made Family Sabang Merauke Association with the prominent program Continuous School Movement. This is the initiative by the alumni to make sure that the student from the remote area that has potential needs to access good education. So they financially support them to have the higher education and get to school in the big city. So yes, we as youth can be the change. We as youth can make difference.
Because we have one thing which makes us special. Bhinneka Tunggal Ika. It's written clearly on our emblem, Garuda Pancasila. Bhinneka Tunggal Ika, the unity in diversity, meaning above all of the differences of our traditional languages, above all of the differences of our cultures, and above all of the differences of our religions, we are standing under one name, one identity, one home, the Republic of Indonesia. And we, as youth of Indonesia, will do whatever it takes to maintain the unity, because tolerance should not just be taught and spoken, but should also be felt and experienced.
Thank you very much for your presentation.
Are not the same.
We talk of different ways, different paths, and different roads. But we hold each other together. Dia semua.
Semua Indonesia.
And now it is a question and answer session.